right? We're still working with our whole dollar amounts, and we are going to be adding and subtracting using mental strategies. So that's using our brain power. It says you're shopping for winter clothes, and here are some items you can choose from. So we've got skates, gloves, a jacket, boots, and snow pants, and they all have their price tags on them. It says choose 2 of the items to buy. The cost must be less than 100. So write your 2 items down. And here it says calculate the cost of the 2 items. So add them up. Now it says calculate the difference between the 2 prices. So when we see the word difference, we're thinking about subtraction. So we want to know how much is in between those 2 items. So if we were looking at the boots and the skates, we've got the skates at $49 and the boots at $37. So we've got 49. We've got 37. So we could subtract those to figure out the difference in the price. And if I wanted to use my adding up strategy, I could add 2 to 37 to get to 39. And then I could jump 10 from 39 to 49. So 2 plus 10 is 12. So that would be how you could show the difference. And then calculate the change you get from a $100 bill for these items. So if you wanted to figure out your change, you're going to put your 2 items down here. You're going to need to figure out the total, which is adding. And once you have your total, you're going to subtract it from 100 to figure out your change. Okay? And the next part of this is just kind of more practice. So you're going to choose 2 more items from question 2 and go through the same set of questions. And then you're going to choose 2 more items from question 3 and go through the same set of questions. So we are just working as best as we can to practice these skills. Once you have done lots of practice on part 1, you're going to move over to part 2. Part 2 looks like this. And I really, really like this activity. So it's going to force you to look at different strategies to do math. And then you're going to have to think about it and answer some questions. So what calculation do you think each model below shows? So if we look at A, you can see they're doing jumps on a number line. So this model starts at 42. It makes a jump of 30 and then a jump of 4. So this model shows 42. And we don't have a final answer. So maybe it's showing 42 plus 34. It could be also showing, if you were looking at it differently, maybe you think that it's showing 76 minus 42. Okay, there's a couple right answers. So if it was 76 minus 42, you might be starting at 42, and then you add 30 to get to 72, and then you add 4 to get to 76. Okay, so I would mark either of those answers correct. So do that for those 3, and then check this out. Here we're starting, got to watch the arrows. So we're starting at 54, and we're moving to 26. So I would say we've got 54, and because we are moving up on the 100 square, that means our numbers are getting smaller, which means we're subtracting. And let's see how much we subtract by. So there's 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. So I think this model is showing 54 subtract 32. We'll let you play around with question E. And down here, multiple choice. Calculate each expression below using a mental strategy. Oh, this one's not multiple choice. Show your thinking. So it wants you to use a mental strategy to figure out these 4 answers. You could do jumps on a number line. That would be my recommendation. And then this one is multiple choice. So which calculation below, does this number line model not represent? Oh, so one of these answers could not work for this model. I'll let you think about that. And then we have 2 more questions. So this is lots of work today, but it's actually not. It's 2 full pages, but there's really only a couple questions on each page. Number 5, which strategy could you not use to calculate 87 minus 35? I'll let you look at that. And number 6, how can breaking numbers into parts help you calculate mentally? Use an example to help you explain. So this is a good question for you to share how you're understanding the different things you can do with numbers. So provide an example and you can explain with math, but you also have